What's up, everybody? Welcome back to our channel. Like this video and subscribe. Switch them out. Switch them. And so we just are on a little drive around town, and I want to try to make more videos, more content, but I don't want these videos to be super long. So anyway, this girl, the reason why I wanted to make this video is because this girl was talking about, she was just kind of talking about how, like, we are all living in, like, under judgment right now. And I completely agree. But there's two things that I see, two things that I know I need to work on. So the first thing that I noticed about the judgment and instant karma and stuff, so we had to go travel somewhere, and we were on the highway, and we had to stop and get gas or whatever. So it was early in the morning, so like we stopped and I got the gas, and then so I pumped the gas, and my kids are all in the car, and I put my coffee right here, like right down below me, because these cup holders are like busted off or whatever. So I basically put my coffee like right here, and so what was it called? I put it right there, and this girl, like the cashier lady, comes out. Like, she comes out of the gas station, and she's like, she keeps looking at me. Like, she's making it very visible that she's like looking at me. So I'm like, what the heck is her problem? Like, why are you looking at me? Like, you know? And I didn't understand. And so I just got like my energy. So I just flew into like offense. And she just kept like looking at me. Then she was like smoking a cigarette. She'd like look down, then she'd like scan around, but she'd be like trying to like look in my direction. So I'm like, what the heck? Like, what the heck is going on? So this is where my karma came in. So I got in the car, my coffee was right here. I wasn't even thinking, and I freaking like peel off. And like I peel out, and I'm like, I turn, and I skirt, you know, I hit around, my coffee went rolling, and it splashed all over the floor, all over the thing. And I was like, holy crap. Like, but I instantly felt the instant karma of it, if you know what I'm saying. And so I was like, holy crap. Like, but I try to do my best. Like, you know, when us being into Christianity, we can't do the return to senders, even though, like, you know, sometimes, like, I don't even know about all that. I do not know all of the extent of like sending spells and sending magic out and all that. I don't know that. And I feel like that's why, like, I have good karma in a sense, because I've never, like, once I tell about this in my other videos too, but once I only found out that people did real witchcraft only 2 to 3 years ago. And I loved Hocus Pocus, the movie, because I thought that was, you know, like innocent Halloween stuff. Come to find out, it's really real life, life swapping, energy swapping, tactics, techniques, spiritual manipulation stuff going on, right? And it's very, very serious, right? But whenever I learned about like the different spells, because like this girl, she's a prophet, and I've been following her, but she was deep into the tarot community. She actually was like made a lot of money in the tarot community off of YouTube, and then Jesus finally delivered her from it. And so she kind of like, she's a prophet of God now, and it's her whole testimony and all this and that. But how do I say this? Yeah, God delivered her and set her free from all that. But anyway, so she is kind of how I learned like the stuff that I know from like about like the witchcraft stuff and stuff. Like, you know, like if you wake up and you feel like this and that and this and that and whatever, like I'm trying to find a spot where I can actually see the video and the light is not blinding. Oh my gosh. Anyway, okay, so we'll just sit like that. I guess that's okay. We'll just make this video and we'll go home, okay? So anyway, and then so that she would just kind of like update me, like kind of edify the body of Christ. Like, if you're going through this and this and this, it's probably like this kind of spell or voodoo death ritual. Like, if you can't seem to get like your goals and your dreams off the ground, they're probably like doing voodoo death magic. They go to the graveyard, the literal burial yard, and they'll get the dirt and try to do like a ritual or whatever to like, I believe that they take it as far as hexing your kids with sickness and disease and all kinds of stuff. Like, and once I finally knew and understood that these people were really doing these things, I knew that like this was some serious offensive stuff. Like, I was like, are you freaking kidding me? But my first initial thought about the people that did witchcraft was like, you have to be super hateful to hate somebody that bad to do some stuff like that to them, you know? But then, and so that's where my offense in like witches and warlocks come in, is because I'm like, I mean, you're not supposed to sup with the vipers. I know that, you know, but at the same time, like, so my heart was like set against them. And I was like, you know, I don't want nothing to do with a witch or a warlock, you know. But God had to show me, like, you know, they're just normal people and they need deliverance. They need your prayers. They don't need your judgment, you know, that type of stuff. And, but there's this situation that causes me to be so dark. And it's not the person, it's my pride being triggered. And it's like, but I don't know, because I don't know how to necessarily, I think that instead of like, okay, so this person, I know he hates me by now. I know that I have shown vicious hatred back towards him. And so my thinking is like, okay, God, like the only way that you're going to bring both of us out of this is to kind of like throw us together and hope and pray that we kind of can like let it grow on each other to where like we come out of this darkness together. You know what I mean? And that's the only way I could see it getting resolved, because I'm over here. I live by myself with my kids. And there's nothing really changes from day to day. It's just kind of like everything's the same every day. Just the same. And so, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. So anyway, basically, that's the only way I could see, is how like this coming out of this darkness. I don't like the mental monster and the spiritual monster that becomes me whenever I begin to think about having to be with this person. But yet it's a God ordained thing. God specifically told me that you have to do this thing. And you like, okay, so what I heard recently is like, I made these promises to God, and God also made me promises. But if I break my promises and don't love this person and whatever, and keep my covenant with this person, then God is not gonna, you know, continue on with his side of the deal. And if any of you are in any kind of like deal like this, I pray that you guys would give me some form of wisdom, because it seems like I live in an area where people just don't go through anything, and they just kind of like, every day is just every day, and it's normal, and this and that and this and that. I believe if you are a true Christian person, I believe that you have like some kind of thing that God asks you to do, and you don't necessarily want to do it, and it's hard, and you're at that place where it's like, what the heck is this, right? So yeah, that's just where I'm at with everything. But yeah, like, comment, and subscribe to my